Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Charlie Sigma, the General Manager of Monday Night Mayhem. Welcoming you to Pandora's Box, and we are starting with a major announcement regarding our main event tonight. Tonight's main event is a 2 out of 3 falls match for the World Heavyweight Championship, and as you all know, the game that Rogue Elite likes to play is the numbers game. As many of you know, I am the founder of Rogue Elite, so I know the way they are operating. So with that being said, tonight all members of Rogue Elite are banned from ringside. If for whatever reason a member of Rogue Elite gets involved, all members will be immediately stripped of their respective championships. This is a direct message to the World Heavyweight Champion Mason Brooks. This show will no longer be a madhouse that runs off your tyranny. I am the law in this place, I am the order, and I will no longer let you destroy the place I built with my bare hands. So this is the first of many roadblocks for you and your cronies. You are going to see my face when you close your eyes at night. The honor and purity of this company will be restored. Even if this is the last I do in this industry, Mason Brooks, Crazy, and Damian Walker will fall, and they will be stopped, and it all starts tonight. Austin Zero, this is your moment to capture. This is your time. It's now or never. Remember what I said to you last week. Be the hero we need. Capture your moment. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy tonight's show as we kick off with the United States Championship match. I will be watching closely.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Lit Flair, and we are back as always. But this time it's for a night that we have talked about for weeks and weeks on end, and that is Pandora's Box, ladies and gentlemen. And as you see, from before we even came on the air, we had a blockbuster announcement. And tonight, the main event, Rogue Elite, is barred from ringside when Mason Brooks defends the World Heavyweight Championship against Austin Zero. But Sigma wasn't done there, as he followed up with a huge announcement. Kicking off Pandora's Box, we have Jordan Jacobs defending the United States Championship. He is officially the longest reigning United States champion at 305 days. But now stands before him his biggest test, his most dangerous test, and a test that I, as much as I believe in him, believe tonight may not be the night because of what this demonic structure, this demonic entity stands before him. So let's get this started. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that was unlike anything I've ever seen before. That was bone-chilling. That was spine-rattling. That was the absolute horror. That was the energy that was into the room. Now that the messenger has now laid the eye upon the square circle, ready to capture the United States. We got to on the road that led us here. The road that was broken past the total domination. This was the number one way that Mason Brooks had it envisioned that this was going to be the case. This was the number one route to the championship, but something went wrong amongst the lines of communication and pride, and now the leader has run off the back. I'm not doing it your way. I'm not doing it the way it is. I'm doing it my way. And sometimes Liam Neeson's way is probably, if not the most dangerous thing is doing in all of professional wrestling. So tonight, Jordan Jacobs is standing before a man possessed with a goal in mind, and that only goal is absolute destruction and doing things he wants to do. The last time he held championship gold, you had to think about it, it was the World Heavyweight title. And it was taken away by Mason Brooks. Maybe not that physically in a match, but the damage was done actually. So tonight has to be a full circle moment where Liam Mingle is tired of doing things his way and wants to do their way. And there he goes, folks. Out of the ashes, he rises. 305 days representing the great United States of America, fighting, making towns, calling himself the idol with the title, and he has been exactly that. And tonight is the night that all the hard work, everything he's ever paid and worked for, is coming to fruition tonight. And here it goes. One match to define your whole career against an absolute icon, a first ballot Hall of Famer in Liam Mingle. And tonight is the night that the young kid, the Phoenix, must rise to the ashes to save this company from total darkness. And I think if anyone could do it, it's the light, the fire that comes from the Phoenix will light the way and take us all to brighter days. But tonight, we have to fight together and fight through this storm. And that storm is Rogan Lee. That storm is the messenger. But we've seen it time and time again. When the odds are stacked against the Phoenix, he rises time in and time out. So ladies and gentlemen, we are about to endure and are about to witness absolute classic. One that we've never seen here before. This is truly the definition of good versus evil, light versus dark, ladies and gentlemen. And as we send it over to our ring announcer, let's get this started.
Introducing the challenger from the Garden of Eden, weighing in at 272 pounds, Liam Angel. And his opponent from New York, weighing in at 220 pounds, he is the pure United States champion, Jordan Jacobs.
And the bell has rung, ladies and gentlemen, and Messenger came out the gate strong. But Jordan Jacobs has been planning, has been waiting, and he knew Messenger was going to come out aggressive, and he was ready for it, and he was already on defense. This is the kind of homework that we spoke about Jordan Jacobs having to do. But there is a certain kind of entity that you cannot game plan for, and that is one of the Messenger. The Messenger is unlike anyone or anything in this industry, and you cannot game plan for him. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Jordan Jacobs. I don't care if you're King Tony. And I honestly don't even care if you're Mason Brooks. We've seen it before. The Messenger is unlike anything in this industry. And we've seen from the top of top guys fall to the lowest of low guys fall. And as he takes a huge miscalculation, Jordan Jacobs is already on the fast track to failure, going and taking high-risk maneuvers against a man who's not just thinking in his own mind, but thinking maybe his demonic mind. He's probably seeing this 9 steps ahead of Jordan Jacobs, and that is extremely terrifying if I'm Jordan Jacobs. You gotta be curious as to how closely crazy Mason Brooks and Damian Walker are watching this match here tonight, especially given the friction that's been building between Walker and Ingle as of late. Barring their confrontation a few weeks ago, that kind of sent Liam Engel into this dark corner of his mind. So you can almost blame Rogue Elite and another one of their massive holes in their armor is the reason why us as a company have to now face this dark demon, to just say the least, as Messenger is stomping holes inside of Jordan Jacobs profusely, one after the other, and is showing absolute dominance on display. But Jordan Jacobs is fighting out, and there he goes. The Phoenix is starting to fire up, and this is what he needs now. He can't take two more. Oh, and he knocks him right down. As fast as the momentum started up, it got pushed right back down. And truth be told, that has been the story since the start of the match. Since the first ring of the bell, Jordan Jacobs is going to have to find a way to continuously keep momentum on his side. That's exactly what Messenger's been able to do. And that is why he has the upper hand in this match since, like I said, the opening of the match. As Jordan Jacobs comes out huge with a Hurricane Rana, and that's what I'm talking about. Work on him. Keep the momentum on your side. Even if it takes a while, you have to play the long game against a man like this. A man like this is not working on his mortal strength alone. So you're going to have to dig down inside and, like I said, find superhuman abilities to come down to this ring and take on this demon successfully. But no, Jordan Jacobs miscalculated a huge split-legged moonsault and a Pele kick from the #1 contender. And that's it. I think Jordan Jacobs might be out cold. Engel is now working on the knees of Jordan Jacobs, and that is the game plan of Jordan Jacobs every single match. Take to the air. If Messenger takes out the legs of the Phoenix, there is no way this bird will fly. But he comes out of nowhere with a huge sudden death spear. One. Oh, the kick out at one from the Messenger. I don't think you can do what Messenger does on him. And that could be Jordan Jacobs' best shot, his only shot. And truthfully, I don't blame him for letting that be the one shot he takes to try to win it all. But you can't blame Jordan Jacobs. This has been a long 6-month fight against Rogue Elite. It started with Prolific, and now it's ending right here, right now, alone, by himself, against one of the most demonic entities in all of human existence, not just their wrestling alliance. And this is what you call fighting the good fight. But Jordan Jacobs might have to stay down if he knows what's good for him, with a massive right hand that I think might have split open the United States champion. And now things are getting bleak. Messenger is just unloading on the champion. Jordan Jacobs doesn't know where he's at. He's trying to scurry away, but I just don't think there is any getting away from this onslaught. Oh, sudden death spear. Spear. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out. Kick out from the United States champion, and that is the heart of the Phoenix. The fighting spirit of Jacobs not giving in at any turn. And here he goes. He's fighting back and lands a reverse DDT. And he needs to get on the #1 contender because Messenger has had control since the start of the bell. There he goes. DDT. Come on, Jacobs. Get up and get your moment. This is it, now or never, as the blood trickles down your face. Can you do it, Jordan? He goes, bounces off the rope, and lands a huge knee right to the temple, knocking the Messenger down. For the first time, we've seen Messenger look human, and now is the shot Jordan Jacobs has to take to win this United States Championship as Messenger rolls out. And that's what you got to do. Keep the pressure on him, kid, because that is the only way you're going to reach immortality. Oh, Messenger. Oh, but Jordan Jacobs already ready to counteract whatever Messenger was going for. And this is what I've been preaching for the last 10 minutes. And that is the momentum that Jordan Jacobs needed. And here he goes. He's got it. And now you have to take your shot and try to put this man down once and for all. Oh, what an elbow right to the jaw of the United States champion. And I don't think he's talking, let alone going to be eating after this, ladies and gentlemen. Messenger has him up, and it looks like Jordan Jacobs is in the greatest of grave danger he's ever seen. This is the most danger that title reign has ever been on. Oh, he landed. Messenger landed. Going for the cover on the outside. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, oh, folks. I thought that was 3. You heard me say it, but that is Jordan Jacobs. Never say die. But right now, if you look at the punishment that is being given out and being dealt out, it might just be better for him to just stay down. As you see, the floor is absolutely going crazy just off the demonic presence of the messenger. Nothing is even in its right state of mind. Look at the strength of this demon uppercutting the Phoenix. Oh, and he's continuously working on the leg. Remember, I mentioned if you work on the leg, he will not be able to fly, ladies and gentlemen. The messenger may be sizing him up to hit the last shot and take him out once and for all. Oh, Pele kick. We've seen that Pele kick before, but I think he might be out. The champion might be out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, my God, ladies and gentlemen. Hell has arrived. The 305-day title reign of the Phoenix has ended in the cold, merciless hands of the demon daddy himself. The messenger is now reigning over the United States of America. And this might not just be the darkest day in Pure Wrestling Alliance, but this might just be the darkest day in all of America, folks. My God.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this. In a matter of time I spent on some locked up shit in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you gotta see it with a clear eye view. Got shorty, she try and bless me like I said I chew. Like a nigga sneeze, nigga please for them trick and squeeze, I'm getting cream. Never let them hoes get in between of what we started. Little nigga, but I'm lying hearted. They love me when I was stuck and they hated when I departed. I go and get it regardless. Draw it like I'm an artist, no crawling, went straight to walking with foreigns in my garages. All foreign bitches menaging, fucking sucking and swallowing anything for $1. They tell me get him, I got him. I did it without an album. I did shit with Mariah. Little nigga, I'm on fire. Icy as a hockey ring, Philly nigga, I'm flyer. When I bought the Rolls Royce, they thought it was lease. Then I bought that new Ferrari, hey, to rest in peace. Hey, to rest in peace to the parking lot. Phantom so big, can't even fit in the parking spot. You ain't talking about my niggas, then what you talking about? Gangsters move in silence, nigga, and I don't talk a lot. I don't say a word. Was on my grind and now I got what I deserve. Fuck nigga. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. When I bought the ass tomorrow, y'all thought it was rented. Flexing on these niggas, I'm like Papa on the spinach. Double M, yeah, that's my team. Rose, the captain, I'm lieutenant. I'm the type of can the men cash then grind like I'm broke. That Lambo, my new bitch, she'll ride like my ghost. I'm riding around my city with my hands strapped to my toes. Cause these niggas want me dead, and I gotta make it back home. Cause my mama need that bill money, my son needs some milk. These niggas try to take my life, they fuck around, get killed. You fuck around, you fuck around, you fuck around, get smoked. Cause these Philly niggas I pull with me don't fuck around, no joke. No, all I know is murder. When it come to me, I got young niggas that's rolling, I got niggas throwing bees. I done did the DOA, I done did the KODs.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Pure Wrestling Alliance is rolling right into the city of brotherly love for the biggest spectacle in all of sports, Slam Fest 9, ladies and gentlemen. And if tonight is any indication of what PLEs and Pure Wrestling Alliance are going to look like, then you're going to have to think about it and really anticipate the madness that is coming this spring in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for the 9th annual Slam Fest. What up, man? Well, tonight's the night. The bright lights are on. We have opened up the box, and everyone knows the odds are stacked against us. We got one dude going rogue, no pun intended. We got another one who's coming back from vacation and walking into a fatal four with 4 dudes that angry, hungry, and let's be honest, one beat you. So tonight, people are saying Rogue Elite is in shambles. Tonight is the night we fall, but tonight, that's not true, Damien. Me and you both know that. And why is that? Damien, tonight is the night that me and you talked about for a very long time. You become the second in command. Yeah. You become my right hand. The Rogue Sergeant, Damian Walker, becomes a reality, and here's how. Tonight we have that fatal four, right? But see, Crazy hasn't been exactly where I needed him to be as of late. Getting pinned by Jordan Jacobs, taking vacations. So tonight, Damian, if he can't get it done, then we'll show him why we made the decisions we made up close and in person. And if he does it, and if he gets it done, then we wait. And we focus our eyes onto somebody else. But that's the plan tonight. Any thoughts, any questions, speak now, Damien. Because when the lights go on, there is no fucking up.
Man, I don't even know what to say right now. Whole weekend, and I always know what to say, man. Appreciate you. It sounds like a promotion to me. It sounds like a promotion to me. Rogue Sergeant, the elite lieutenant, whatever we're going to call it, it's all semantics. I'm the man for the job, and you know this, okay? Look, sometimes in a company, I guess you got to liquidate some assets. You got to trim a little fat. And I'm sure Crazy will understand that language barrier or not. It is what it is, man. Whatever you need done, you know I'm your guy. You know I'm the guy to do the job. It's all good. I'll take care of it. But let the record show, man. I'm really rooting for Crazy. We got enough going on, and we don't need any more problems, dog.
Problems? What's that, my boy? We ain't worried about no problems. Problems has us. Rogue Elite is fine. And I prove that every single time we go out there. And this plan right here is going to ensure that to the fans and faithful alike. So don't worry about it, D. Tonight, focus on Hunter. And I'll be watching. Don't worry. We all got a big night. All right, that's out the way. Now I just got to go deal with Crazy. Walker's good, man. This dumb fuck's going to learn the hard way. Can't trust anybody in this business. Real interesting action from the World Heavyweight Champion. One could say that was almost a snake move, but we're just going to have to keep our eyes peeled, and that is to the very next matchup, and that is the Fatal 4-Way Death Match for the Global Championship. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let it be known you are watching a first time ever, because never in Pure Wrestling Alliance history have we ever had a Fatal 4-Way Death Match. So these 4 men are coming in here with all the aggression and anger built up for weeks and are inside of the Devil's Playground, ready to unload all the animosity they feel towards each other, and it's time to get started. Now I gotta deal with this Taiwanese, Japanese dumb fuck. But, let's go. Doyo! Crazy! Welcome back, my brother. It's been a long time. Been a few weeks. How's the family? I hope you genuinely enjoyed the vacation with Mama-san, Crazy-san, and yeah. So, tonight's the big night. And the odds are stacked against us. More so you, but us nonetheless. And tonight, I think if everything goes to plan, it is going to be a very special night. Now, I understand Charlie Sigma's back, and he's crawled out of whatever retirement home I left him in 2 years ago to make our lives a living hell. But tonight, that is not important. Tonight, what's important is Damian. See, he's been fucking up all over the place. Losing matches, he has no business losing. He barely beat Austin Zero. Think about it. I had to carry that weight. Because what happened in that Pure Cut? Yeah, no Mason Brooks, no win. What happened last week? No Grayson Brooks, no win. So yeah, tonight, back's against the wall a little bit. But that doesn't matter. Because when has that ever mattered to Rogue Elite? You came in here and you stopped the unstoppable Nick Justice without blinking an eye. So tonight, even if you don't come out on top, it's okay. Because it's the first step in a long plan we've been doing. And that is executed tonight. See, I mentioned Damian Walker, and that was for good reason. Tonight, I got him a match against Hart. If he can't get it done, then crazy, you cut the dead weight by the neck. And we move on as a collective unit, stronger than we've ever been. All right, crazy? Good luck to me. Good luck to me, kid. Too sweet. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour, the man that has been the talk of the locker room tonight, as you've been watching, and that is crazy. The odds are stacked against him. Someone you don't know if crazy has his mind even in the right place walking into this match, knowing how hungry his three other opponents are. Jordan Biggs is out here to prove a point, to put maybe one more attempted dent in the armor of Rogue Elite, since he couldn't do it with Mason Brooks. Then you have Huey O'Grady, who's watching over his back for Jordan Biggs, but also flying the upward trajectory on the career mountaintop, on the career train, the career path to success, whatever you want to call it. And then the last opponent, Swindle Soprano, a man who honestly is a mystery to everyone. But the only thing that's not a mystery about Swindle Soprano is the fact that he makes things happen. And it doesn't matter if it's him or for the use of his help, so to speak. But tonight, there is no help, there is no outside interference. It is four men inside of the most dangerous match that this company has to offer, and that is a Pure Wrestling Alliance death match. The rules for a death match are as follows. There is no canvas on this ring. Every weapon from under this ring must be removed and placed inside of the ring, steps included, before the match can begin. And then once the match begins, their last and final rule is that there are no rules. All hell, all carnage, and all madness will ensue. So folks, buckle up. If you got kids, put them to bed, because this is about to get violent. And if we're speaking about violence, let's talk about the impending violence that is about to take place between Huey O'Grady and Jordan Biggs. These men have thrown shots at each other left and right. These men have thrown subliminals at each other. Huey going as far as going into a funeral parlor to tell the world the career of Jordan Biggs is dead. And the more you think about it, Huey O'Grady, his claims have some validity to it. Mason Brooks came up short. Damian Walker came up short. You gotta think about it. Every single time he has a big match, he came up short. And tonight could be the very, very nail in the coffin of Jordan Biggs. If he doesn't win tonight, JB can't pull this out tonight. Then you gotta think about it. Huey O'Grady made the play. He did make it. He was the star, and all Jordan Biggs was the bigger name in Pure Wrestling Alliance. Every single word that was spoken out of the mouth of O'Grady will be rectified and validified. And honestly, folks, if you're Jordan Biggs, I don't think you're just fighting for this world title. You're fighting to put damage on Huey O'Grady for everything he said. But this man right here is the wild card. This man right here, Swindle Soprano, has been on a roll. Came up just short weeks ago against the former United States champion Jordan Jacobs when he had his chance. Now look, he has once again found himself in another title match, this time a global title match with three other of the most hungry and angry and motivated competitors you can find inside of a Pure Wrestling Alliance ring. But again, there's so many different factors. It's the pressure of Rogue Elite on Crazy, the pressure of Mason Brooks on Crazy. Then you have the internal war of money, power, and respect. Swindle Soprano is the only man in this match with a clear mind, which gives him a clear advantage going into this match, because unlike anyone else, he has no distractions, eyes on the prize, one goal, and that's the Gabagoo Global Championship. But that's Swindle Soprano, and now this is the infamous Jordan Biggs, a man that, I'm going to be honest with you, nobody likes, but everyone loves talking about. And when he shows up for that metaphorical bag, honestly, the bag is made. When he arrives, people pay to see. So you can't be mad at him when he talks his shit. But tonight, talking can only get you so far. Tonight, you gotta fight. And tonight, you gotta fight for your life. And if you don't believe me, as you look down, when this bell rings, you're gonna see there is going to be a wooden exposed canvas. And I know that is something that Jordan Biggs, as tough as he acts, is something he has never, ever experienced before, not just in his career, in his life. So this is not for the weak. So he can act as tough and nonchalant as he wants, but when that body makes the concrete, his body hits that wooden planks, we're going to see how tough he really is. But he doesn't even care. Jordan Biggs getting a cheap shot on Swindle Soprano. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, it is the rules of the match to go underneath the ring and expose every single weapon prior to the match beginning. But Jordan Biggs is never, ever going to be one to not take a shortcut, as he nailed Swindle Soprano with a jaw-jacking knee. And folks, Swindle doesn't know what world he's in. He's going up and down. I think he's trying to follow the rules, but as you can see, he is confused as all hell because of that knee from JB. As all men are getting each and every single weapon out from under this ring. And folks, I'm telling you, I've seen this before. And this gets violent, this gets nasty. Some of the most dangerous matches of all time that we talk about to this day were pure death matches. I'll give you guys a little history lesson. A few years ago, we had Reckless Rebel versus Liam Ingle in one of the most graphic death matches of all time. Let alone not just all time, but in Slamfest history. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get it going. And that match still gets talked about in all the conversations about the greatest matches in this company's history. So I think tonight you have that element and 4 explosive individuals hosting the first ever multi-man death match. This is history in the making, and unlike anything we're ever going to see again and anything we've ever seen before. As Huey O and Crazy are just going back and forth. And I'm telling you, you've seen the tension between these competitors building up through the locker room and through little minor exchanges throughout the week, as Crazy throws Huey O with a massive belly-to-belly suplex and landing on top of the steel ladder, folks. And that's what I was telling you, the dangers of this kind of match. Going into this match is going to take days, not just months. It's going to take years off the career of these gentlemen, as Crazy just threw Jordan Biggs right into the ground. And my God, I don't know how much more can be dealt out. Honestly, the human body can only take so much, and the human body is extraordinary and can surprise you with the things it could do. But this right here, I don't know, man. But Jordan Biggs was just driving Crazy's face right into the mat, and that's what I'm talking about. Honestly, Crazy could have a concussion, and that could spell doom, but he's just pissed off, and now he's screaming at ringside. And honestly, all I think Jordan Biggs just did was wake up the animal within the Shogun of Rogue Elite. And as Swindle Soprano and Crazy are trading blows, and he goes low when Crazy goes high, and a huge boot right to the face. And another boot. Oh my God, coming right after Crazy. And damn, this action is so packed. It's so action stacked. Honestly, I can't deal with it. He has him up. Huge Death Valley driver into the wooden planks. And honestly, dogs, but Crazy's here throwing kick after kick relentlessly over and over again as he's taken out by Huey O finally. But Huey O is now on a rampage of his own as we are watching the implosion of MPR right before our eyes as Huey O'Grady drops down Jordan Biggs, and Jordan Biggs is retreating, and now it's down to 3 men. 3 men, but now you can make it 2 men, and Huey O'Grady is the last man standing right now in this ring, ladies and gentlemen, and this could be a future one-on-one match for the Global Championship, but Jordan Biggs is back to ruin everything, and he lands a huge KTK taunting Huey O. As you can see, he landed the move and just went about his business. The disrespect behind that by Jordan Biggs is unprecedented and something that we can only expect from Jordan Biggs. And Grady, going for the Northern Lights, but the power of the world champion on full display. The resolve of the world champion, eating a knee right to the jaw on full display, and Crazy is on fire. And now he's tossing bodies left and right, and mofos better watch out because people are getting dropped. He's carrying Jordan Biggs out and lands a huge Samoan driver into the wooden planks, followed by a huge splash by O'Grady. And now it's on Crazy and O'Grady back and forth going at it while Swindle is working on Jordan Biggs. And folks, the action is unstoppable in this match. We couldn't even stop it if we tried. And the same goes for the Carnage. But the champ is outside. And the champ is now officially out of the equation. And if I'm Huey O, honestly, man, I'm trying to get the fastest pin now that the champion's out. The biggest threat is out of the way. Jordan Biggs looking to set something up, but Huey O'Grady lands a huge tope to the outside. KTK on the way. KTK on Jordan Biggs, going for the cover. 1. And not even a 1 count on our first cover of the match, ladies and gentlemen. Huey O'Grady making a big statement, landing a huge move out the gate and going for the win in the first pinfall in this match. But there he goes, Biggs and O'Grady going back and forth, and there he goes, combos coming from Jordan Biggs. And you can see Crazy, he knows the hatred between these men. He knows how much they hate each other. So he's letting them go at it, and he's picking his spots, and that's what a champion does. And that's great strategy by Crazy. But now Crazy got Jordan Biggs and lands the spear, going for the cover, and not a 1 count for that pin either. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had 2 pin attempts in this match, and they have equated to a total count of 0. KTK from Huey, and this could be it. The back is turned to Swindle. 1, 2, new and a kick out at 1 from Jordan Biggs. As this match is getting later and later, you have to keep in mind the damage that is being taken by Jordan Biggs can be capitalized by any one of these other men. So Jordan Biggs is going to have to minimize the amount of damage he takes. And right when I say that, he is floored with a super kick. Swindle. No. Package pile driver onto the wood. But Crazy, like a madman, shoots right back up. But Swindle looking for something, but he seems to be blocked off by O'Grady. And the frustration boiling over. But back to work. Swindle knows he can't take his eye off the champion. If he has him stunned, he has to take advantage. What a huge drop by Huey O. He has him. And this is your moment, kid. You have to get it. But Swindle hit the Swindle stunner. But Crazy's back up and lands a huge springboard shoulder block. And Swindle's going out. Crazy's going to steal it. 1. With the sledgehammer shots coming from Jordan Biggs. And now it's just getting out of hand, ladies and gentlemen. Huey O is taking sledgehammer shot after sledgehammer shot to the face. Oh my God. But another set of combos from Jordan Biggs. And Huey O is in a world of danger, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't think it's in his best interest to even keep competing. The sled. Oh! Jordan Biggs, Swindle Soprano, hitting high spots, left and right. But yo, Huey's going to steal it. Kicks out. Oh, but Swindle has to get right on top of him. Folks, this is insanity at its finest. Going up for the power bomb. Oh, ho, ho. And you see Crazy outside. He's picking his spot. He's getting ready. He knows when he has to strike. But there you go. O'Grady on fire with the innovative offense. Northern Lights, smooth final cut combination. But all that momentum, all that hype just been stopped dead with the Singapore cane right to the head of O'Grady. And you see both of these men are just going at it on different sides. Action is all over the place. Too much for one person, even myself, to keep up with. But Jordan Biggs is back into the fray and landing a knee trembler, knocking the jaw of Swindle loose, followed by another. Oh, wait, but ducks out of the way of the drop kick. The ring awareness by Jordan Biggs is uncanny. And all these men putting body and caution to the wind to pull out this win. And I'm telling you, it's now or never for these men. And honestly, I think if the next person that gets landed with a big move, it might be the end. But that might be it right there. Oh, a huge power bomb from Crazy. But O'Grady right there, just in the nick of time to break it up and stop any potential danger for Swindle Soprano and for the rest of the competitors in this match. And there you go, Jordan Biggs is on fire. He's throwing leg lariats left and right, but oh, Crazy wasn't trying to see any of that. Landing a huge and massive right hand, and it's down to Biggs and Crazy. Oh, but Crazy lands the spear. Cover him. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he did it. He did it. Crazy has retained once again against all odds, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how this has been done once again. And I know this is pissed off Charlie Sigma. I know this is pissed off the faithful. But Crazy has retained his global championship. And Rogue Elite somehow remains in control of the global title. And I know this is going to piss off a lot of people, but this is what Crazy does, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight has been an action-packed night so far, and we're not even halfway through. But this, you can say, is our first real landmark match of the evening. And that is the global #1 contenders match. And that is between the Legacy Club, the man who has been on the winning side as of late, more than the losing side, Reckless Rebel, against the returning King Tony. And remember, we haven't seen King Tony in almost 4.5 months since that vicious attack by Keith Matthews after his banishment, after his loss at Slantis. So tonight is a new chapter for the Problem, and Tony Taylor is looking to recreate everything that everyone knows about the Problem. So let's get this underway, folks. And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, touted by a brand new style to represent a new era and a new chapter in the life and times of the Problem, King Tony. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a return that has been talked about for months on end. People have been wondering, people have been wanting to know what is next in the chapter of King Tony. You have to look about it. You gotta think about it. The last time we seen King Tony, his head was getting smashed and bashed in with the trunk door by Keith Matthews, and neither man has been seen since. Keith Matthews banished from Pure Wrestling Alliance, and King Tony in the recovery room. But now he's back with his eyes on the prize, with a classic look, ready to conquer one ghost from the past. That's going to be the very first obstacle on a warpath featuring different levels and different devils to get back to prominence, back to the promised land, and back to the World Heavyweight Championship. But that's too far ahead, and right now we have to focus on the future. And the future is standing right before the eyes of the problem, and that is a 15-foot high steel structure that he is going to be locked inside of as you stare at the steel walls of that cell. And he's going to be locked inside of that cage with a man he knows better than anybody else on this planet, his former tag team partner, and some say his greatest rival of all time, Reckless Rebel. And tonight is another chapter in the ever-longing journey between two former best friends, two former tag team champions in King Tony and Reckless Rebel. And tonight, Reckless is looking to show why he is everything he says he is, why he is the legacy killer, and it's not just a shirt that is printed on top. This is the real deal, and Reckless Rebel is going to show Tony why this era of Pure Wrestling Alliance has been so much different from the Pure Wrestling Alliance of the past that he knows. He's going to show that this no longer is his house. The things that happened in the past no longer matter. They are not a conduit of the future. So this match right here is all that we think about as competitors. It is what we live off of. It is competition. It is rivalry, folks. And this is the bloodiest and most violent way we're going to see these two men settle a score. And ladies and gentlemen, you heard the bell. The match is underway. Both men staring each other down. And in some aspects, it feels like you're staring into a mirror because these men know each other so well. But King Tony coming out the gate strong with strong strikes and violence, unlike anything Reckless Rebel has seen over the last few weeks. Gotta look at his last couple opponents. They have all been tough. Some of them have came out victorious, but none of them possess the power and strength of King Tony, as you see there as he tossed Reckless Rebel from pillar to post with just his one hand. And the strength in the display is still being shown, and this is an absolute clinic just 2 minutes into this match from the problem. But there's other things that Reckless Rebel has in his favor. King Tony hasn't been inside of a ring in the last 4 months since Slamfest. That is a very, very long time, ladies and gentlemen. And this right here, what you're seeing is going to be a pure case of power versus conditioning. Reckless Rebel is in ring shape. He wrestles every single week. He competes every single week. King Tony has not been in the ring in months, like I stated before. So you can be in shape, but are you in ring shape? And this is not any ordinary match, ladies and gentlemen. Like I stated earlier, this is a 10-foot high steel structure. Something that you will only see either at Pandoras Box or when it's just too great. When two competitors hate each other so much that the only way to figure this out is inside of the Hell in a Cell. I couldn't think of a better place, though, for King Tony to channel all the anger and all the resentment that has been hosting and haltering inside of his heart over the last few months. And you can see King Tony, he's looking for violence. He went outside and he challenged Reckless Rebel, and Reckless Rebel is obliging as he meets him outside with a right hand. Oh, but Tony counters with a massive elbow right to the jaw. But he's throwing Reckless, and this is the thing. Reckless, you don't want to get into a fight with this man after the damage you've taken so far. This will only exacerbate your injuries and take you further away from victory. But this is why the cell match has been so kind to King Tony in the early going. He has a place. He has finally found a conduit to harbor all the hatred and resentment that has been holstering inside of his heart over the last several months. You got to think about it. He has been waiting, biding his time, thinking about every single person that has done him wrong. Keith Matthews, Jordan Jacobs, prolific as a whole. The family, Mason Brooks, you name it. Every single person has turned their back on King Tony, Reckless Rebel included. So going into this, This is a perfect night, a perfect match, and a perfect opponent for King Tony to get all his anger out. It can almost be described as therapeutic. Oh, but King Tony was just shoved back right into the cell wall, and you're going to keep throwing Reckless into that over and over again. Eventually, the man was going to respond, but I don't know how much that cell wall can keep going, and as you can see, it couldn't keep going up much, because right then and there, Reckless Rebel went flying through the cell wall, and you would think after Slamfest we would have fixed these cell walls by now, but nope, they are still exactly the same. And reminiscent to Slamfest, we are now seeing two competitors climb up to the most dangerous heights in this company, and that is on top of the Hell in a Cell structure. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you at Pandora's Box, you never know what's coming. But right here, right now, these men are letting it be known that they are going to tear each other apart for a shot at Crazy, for a shot at the Global Championship, and for Tony, a shot at redemption. But I don't know how many more shots that cell ceiling can keep taking before it gives way. These men are easily over 250 pounds of solid muscle, and it's only going to get more dangerous and more dangerous as they keep taking hits after hits, drops after drops, and falls after fall. But Tony already telegraphing what Reckless is going for, and this is now a chess game. Both of these men are going tit for tat, but I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm watching the way that cell ceiling looks, and that's exactly what I was alluding to. The cell ceiling has just given way, but thankfully, the quick thinking of King Tony got him out of almost, forget a match-ending experience, a near-death experience, and Reckless is still barely standing on his feet, barely surviving that himself. But King Tony does not care. I told you this man is fueled off of hate, he is fueled off of resentment, and nothing will stop him. He has just nearly fell 10 feet to his career nearly ending, and Reckless nearly just tried to end him as soon as he came up there, and both of these men are now back on top of the cell, about to end each other with no regard for the other man's life, no regard for the other man's family, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God! Reckless Rebel has just been dumped on his head by an exploder suplex by King Tony. And folks, this is getting dangerous, and King Tony has just dropped Reckless Rebel 10 feet into the ring mat, ladies and gentlemen, and this match has to be over. But Tony's not stopping. Tony is not going to stop until this man is not just moving, but he's not going to stop until this man is dead. And ladies and gentlemen, the official is going to have to call this match. I understand this is a Hell in a Cell, but just count it. 1, 2, and 3. Ladies and gentlemen, Reckless Rebel has just kicked out, and I don't know a dumber move. I understand a fighting spirit, but ladies and gentlemen, this right here is something that you just can't keep doing. If you want to continue to have a career inside of this company and live, not just this company, this entire industry, and live to tell the story. Right now, if I was Reckless Rebel, I would just stay down. The blows. Oh my God, a suplex throwing him halfway across the ring. Reckless is a human ragdoll, and I have never seen another man toss this man from pillar to post like a young child. He's just throwing punch after punch, blow after blow, with a lariat to the back of the skull, and that might have knocked him unconscious, and I don't think Reckless Rebel is even conscious, but yes he is. Oh, he's got him up, he's hoisted him up, he's landed it, and he's going for the cover. 1, 2, oh, not even a 1 count, ladies and gentlemen. I was too early. That is something I have never ever seen before. And King Tony is he's seeing stars, but I think he's moving off adrenaline. The disbelief inside of the face of Reckless Rebel is something we have never ever seen before in his entire career. He doesn't know what to do next. He doesn't know how to finish the job, but he's going to have to figure out something fast. You know, like he's going under the ring. Yeah, he's going to have to improvise, because at this point, King Tony hasn't taken enough damage, and the amount of damage that has been dealt out has been unworldly. But Reckless is unloading from the underneath of the... I'm surprised we even still have any kind of weapons underneath this ring after that death match. but spear! Oh, but I think he glazed him. But I think he nailed him pretty hard. The ribs are hurt. But he's going after phone in DDT from King Tony. We've seen this before, ladies and gentlemen. This spells doom, but Reckless is up! Spear! Spear out of the blue sky. 1, 2, 3, ladies and gentlemen. That was a classic. That was therapeutic. That was what you call closure to a nearly 10-year story. A closure and ending to one of the greatest tag teams of all time, and a new chapter in the career of King Tony. I don't know where Reckless Rebel goes next, but I know where King Tony is going, and he is going straight for the title that he loves so much, a title that he is synonymous with, and that is the Global Championship. And Crazy is about to face his biggest threat to this Global Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the main event of the evening, and the match we have been waiting for the last 5 weeks. Can Austin Zero, with the support of the fans, Charlie Sigma, and perhaps the entire locker room behind him, can Austin Zero capture his moment? Capture the moment, and the moment is the World Heavyweight Champion Mason Brooks. This has been a story of conversion, to say the least. This has been a story of overcoming adversity at every turn and never backing down from the big bad wolf in the yard. But this is not a fairy tale, and it's about to get very, very real, folks.
You see, you make people believe that you've changed, but that whole time you were still sitting there exactly the same. And I just pulled that scam on all of you. You see, 6 years ago, I stepped away from this business because I was consumed by the idea of who I should be and what I should be, or maybe even who I should have been and what I should have been doing. And when I came back, I was still consumed by that very thing. And it ripped me away from this business. I told you all at Slamfest that 6 is no more. All that remains is Austin Zero. But the remnants are still here.
Your faithful and moment dwellers alike, rejoice because your moment has arrived.
Almost poetic, isn't it? The moment is having his moment stolen by Austin Zero. Doesn't feel so good, does it, Mason? You're an egotistical, narcissistic piece of shit. You want everything to be about you. The moment. Mason Brooks. Well, you keep saying the moment has arrived. Well, 0 hour is upon us.
I will die chasing the creation of all of my expectations.
Ready to take your title at any moment. So what are you gonna do? You gonna get your fucking squad together? I will be capturing the moment.
Tell the truth. You are a Mason Brooks mark. You are a loser. You lost. You don't have a sad story. In fact, you have a stand story, kid. But like I told you, Six, you're about to live your childhood dream and you're about to have your moment. But please, Six, please don't ever call me a thief in your life because you're finally finding your success in your Mickey James art.
Oh no, that's it right there. That is it right there. Girl had the match won, man. No!
Faithful, what am I supposed to do? Yet, it seems like every chance I get where I get a step closer to Brooks, someone from Rogue Elite or just something happens and starts to derail. I don't know. I mean, I'm starting to run out of ideas. I don't know if I can do this anymore, you know?
I promise craziness. I promise something serious. And I don't lie when I say this. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in 2 years, Charlie Sigma is back in Pure Wrestling Alliance. The greatest of all time, Charlie Sigma has returned, and there is not a man, woman, or child standing still.
We need you to be the hero that this place needs. We need you to be the hero that Keith Matthews couldn't be. We need you to be the hero Jordan Biggs couldn't be. Austin, we need you to be the hero I couldn't be. You walk into Pandora's Box and you walk into that ring and you crack open Mason Brooks, and you find out for yourself if you are the man you think you are. And you don't come back until you capture the
And that
moment.
Pandora's Box, Brooks, I will capture the moment.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match and is for the Pure Wrestling All-Star Championship.
And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Austin Zero's moment has arrived. A night that we've been talking about for the last 4 to 5 weeks since the Pure Classic. This man, Austin Zero, defeated Hunter. This man defeated Damian Walker. This man defeated Huey O'Grady in the finals. He outlasted this entire roster front to back to capture this opportunity, to capture his moment, ladies and gentlemen, and nothing is bigger than this moment. This is the big fight feel, and you can feel the butterflies in the stomachs of myself, Austin Zero, and every single one of the Pure Wrestling Alliance faithful here tonight, because tonight, for the first time, we really feel like this is the night that Rogue Elite will fall. Unfortunately for us, it didn't start the way we wanted. But tonight can end the way we all dreamed of for the last several months. And that is a brand new World Heavyweight Champion. And that man's name is Austin Zero. But what stands before him in the next coming moments is the most daunting task any mortal man can take on inside of Pure Wrestling Alliance, ladies and gentlemen. But Austin Zero escaped reality for just a moment and just soak up this moment here, because I know we're using that word a lot, but take it in, absorb it, because you're never going to have another moment like this.
Conversion. Conversion is one of the life's most beautiful things. Conversion brings peace. Conversion brings hope to those that needed something so desperate that no other human can bring it to them.
You don't have a sad story. In fact, you have a stand story. Whoa, if there is anyone that knows how to play mind games, if there's anyone that knows how to make an entrance, it is the World Heavyweight Champion. But ladies and gentlemen, that over the shoulder has to be what the World Champion was tweeting about earlier this week. He mentioned it was time for a new symbol of excellence. And right here tonight, in Pandoras Box, the World Heavyweight Champion is coming down to the ring with a brand new World Heavyweight title over his shoulder while he carries the world title that he hasn't never ever been pinned on. And this is what the moment is about. If you talk about the mind games that are being played right now, imagine coming into your first ever world title match and your opponent plays the last big match of your career where Charlie Sigma pinned Austin Zero and Reckless Rebel at the same time. The mind games are real. The world champ is real. And this is real, ladies and gentlemen. This is the big fight. This is what we dream about. This is what you get into this industry for, folks. And we're going to send it over to our ring announcer for the announcements. And it's on, folks.
Introducing the challenger from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 245 pounds, Austin Zero. And his opponent from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 270 pounds, he is the Pure Wrestling All-Star Champion, Mason Brooks.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, as the world champion takes one last look at the World Heavyweight Championship before he hands it over. He shows Austin Zero the moment and everything he's been waiting for. It is that world title right there, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. This is the moment we've waited for. Zero, Brooks, can he capture the moment? And it's time to ring the bell. And here we go. Big fight feel in Milwaukee. Here we go. And Austin Zero coming up the gate. Strong, huge snapmare followed by a big boot. And he's bringing the offense to the world champion immediately. Oh, but the world champ is not going to be controlled and is not going to let Austin Zero control the tempo of this match as he shoots him off and throws him right out of the ring, creating space. But Mason Brooks is taking this match immediately to the outside, and he's immediately trying to make this as violent as possible. And honestly, I think that's the way to go in this match. It's 2 out of 3 falls for the World Heavyweight Championship. And if you start out doing damage early, you won't be able to put away your opponent later on. So he's doing what he needs to do, folks. But the last couple of weeks have not been kind to Austin Zero. Every single time he tries to gain any kind of offense and momentum on Mason Brooks, something happens. Austin Zero is screwed by either Rogue Elite or somebody else or something or someone. That's why tonight, new general manager Charlie Sigma made it official right before we went on the air that Rogue Elite would be banned from ringside. And if any involvement was done by Rogue Elite, every single member would be stripped of their championship gold. And as you know tonight, Crazy retained his championship, and depending on who you ask, Liam Ingle, the messenger, captured the United States Championship. And depending on who you ask, he may be in Rogue Elite, or he may not be. And that's another factor we have to keep our eyes out for. We don't know what Liam Ingle is doing or where Liam Ingle's head is at. There have been no interactions between Liam Ingle and Mason Brooks for weeks on end. And we are in the same building tonight. Now, again, we don't know if these men are teammates. We don't know if these men are enemies. Right now, everything in Rogue Elite is real fuzzy. But speaking of fuzzy, Austin Zero lands a huge jaw-jacking knee strike by Psycho Knee Life, but only gets a 1 count from the World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, there he goes. These men are throwing blows back and forth. Oh, but Austin Zero with a huge reverse DDT, dropping the world champion right where he stands. Oh, but there he goes. Oh, what a athletic performance by the world champion. But Austin Zero has been studying the champ. He's seen the last couple set of matches, and he's been trying to maneuver out of the way of every single trick Mason has laid out for them. And tonight is the night to put all that homework right into play. And right now, Austin Zero is looking real good, but the champ follows up with his own version of the reverse DDT. You can see Austin Zero is trolling Mason Brooks. He's doing everything he does. He's came out with his own entrance jacket. He is playing mind games at every single turn with the world champion. And I also think that might be a very, very wise move, contrary to popular belief. And here is why. To defeat Mason Brooks brawn to brawn is one of the most difficult things to do because he is one of the most talented professional wrestlers in all of the industry. But if you take him out of his game, if you take his mind and you throw it out of whack, there is nothing that you can't do. As Austin Zero lands a huge moonsault onto the world champion, and this is what I mean. You are taking his head out. He doesn't know where he's at. He's so frustrated from the things you've been doing. Now this is your time. Now this is your moment to go out there and take advantage. But he's flaunting too much, and the world champion shoots right back up and is foul. Oh, but like he was going for something interesting, but again, counteracted by Austin Zero. He's seeing everything he's going to do, and the world champion is getting out of the way and creating space. And that is the ring awareness and the experience of the world heavyweight champion. As the referee sets both men to the side and he gives them a clean ring in, and now, these men are throwing shots back and forth, elbows, kicks, punches, any body part, and Mason Brooks with a huge spinning back elbow, knocking Zero right on his ass, and that came out of nowhere, honestly. But Austin Zero coming through. Oh, a huge Kumagoye-like knee strike, dropping the world champion on his ass. And both of these men are now in a game of one-upsmanship. Anything you can do, I can do better. But the world champion, we've seen this before. Wait, Mason Brooks lands the attitude adjustment. Shout out to the greatest of all time, John Cena. Mason Brooks hits the attitude adjustment on Austin Zero, but he's not done. He's following up. Oh, what a huge catapult uppercut. And Austin Zero is doing the right thing, getting out of the way, but the world champ is not holding up. The world champ is as relentless as you can get. And now this is where things get dangerous, as he throws him right into the barricade, and he's looking for the weapons. But folks, he has found the ladder, ladies and gentlemen, and now you know this is about to get extremely violent. As the champ throws Austin Zero right into the ring, and now this is where the damage starts. Oh my God! Mason Brooks showing no regard for the life of Austin Zero as he rams his face, and now they're trading blows back and forth. But Austin Zero is unloading with a fury of punches and kicks like we've never seen before. Shoots off, and knocks the world champ to the outside. And now we're gonna see some aerial action from Austin Zero. Here we go, 0 Hour has landed onto the world champion, and Austin Zero is amped. He's pulling the cover off our table, folks, and this is about to get wild. Move out of the way, ladies and gentlemen. Back up, move back, because this is about to get wild. Cameras and TVs are about to start flowing. Austin Zero gets the champion on top, has him up. Here we go. Oh, it's up. 0 Hour through the table, but he has to get him in the ring. This is it. This is the first fall. He gets him up, but you gotta get him in. Get him in the ring right now, ladies and gentlemen. Get him in. Austin Zero. Oh, what is he doing? This isn't the pin he was going for. Oh, rose through. Super kick! Super kick from Mason Brooks, and he has him up. What is he going for? Austin Zero. Oh, into the corner, ladies and gentlemen. This is getting wild. Mason throwing Austin Zero up top. What the hell is he doing? Oh, fuck! There he goes. He's up. Oh, superplex. He gets him up. Oh, final cut from the world champ. 1, 2, 3. Oh, folks, I thought that was 3. There is no human way Austin Zero just kicked out of that through a ladder. What in the world is going on in the mind of Austin Zero? What makes him think he can keep taking this damage and actually pull this off? But you also have to think about it now. What is going through the mind of Mason Brooks as he dumps Austin Zero onto Zero Hour out of nowhere? But that's the problem. He's not putting the champ away. Another one. 0 Hour. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and a kick out at 2.5. And folks, I thought we had our first fall right then and there. And I'm not lying to you folks. If this was any other night, I honestly think Austin Zero is the world champion. But the hype around this match right now has been unlike any other match we have seen in Pure Wrestling Alliance history. But Austin Zero lands a huge missile drop kick into the chest of the Legitimizer, into the chest of the Moment, and Mason Brooks is in absolute defense mode. He can't really see, he's missing, and he's whiffing punches, but when he connects, it does the damage of a Mack truck. Austin Zero has to stay out of the way and stay in control as he lands clothesline after clothesline after clothesline, and you see the world champion is in grave danger, probably the most danger we have ever seen him in this company's history. But the story of the match has been the fact that Austin Zero could have won this match at least 3 times, but he has not covered Mason Brooks. He is down, and he needs to get his first fall so we can have an opportunity at a new champion. He's rising him up, and I don't know what he's going for, but last time he went for it, he found the same result, another super kick, and that is going to cost him. He's going to the well one too many times, and against a man like Mason Brooks, you cannot show him the same thing twice. He will remember it, he will telegraph it, and it will be a problem. But now, Austin Zero is in a world of problems, but they're trading blows back and forth. He has him up. He landed. Gory neckbreaker from the #1 contender. 1, 2, 3. And ladies and gentlemen, take a moment back. He does bleed. He is human. He is not a god. For the first time in a year and a half, Mason Brooks has been pinned to a mat. And that has happened due to Austin Zero, 0 Hour, and we have a new champion named Austin Zero. 1, 2, and a kick out at 1. Mason Brooks has just hit DEFCON 5, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what I was telling you. The point of the match, where you hit the later stages, where you see who is the man that they say they are and who is the poser. This is when experience triumphs over fatigue. Experience triumphs over motivation. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is where you prove you are the champion that these men say they are. Zero shooting Mason Brooks into the corner, and this is what you're made of. This is the ninth inning. This is where you need to rally, and a huge drop kick by Austin Zero, flooring Mason Brooks halfway across the ring, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, Austin Zero is absolutely out here by himself. He doesn't have to worry about Rogue Elite as Brooks hits a huge elevated flatliner, dropping the #1 contender. But there is no Rogue Elite for Mason Brooks tonight. That's something that we have to keep in mind. There is no outside interference. We will not have a repeat of Slamfest. We will have a new World Heavyweight Champion tonight if everything lines up correctly. But Mason Brooks is making sure that that is not the case, as he is going up top for the second time in this match and is going for another superplex. But he has him up and is followed up by a Falcon Arrow and is going for the cover. 1, and a kick out at 1 from the #1 contender. And now Mason Brooks is rising Austin Zero up to his feet. And what is he going for? He went for a roundhouse kick, nearly jacking and breaking the jaw of Austin Zero. Oh my God. And ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, he has lost it. Mason Brooks has lost it. getting pinned for the first time has opened up a can of worms inside of the world champion, and he is now hell-bent on the destruction of Austin Zero. And I don't know if Austin Zero is ready for it, but he shows him he's ready for it as he follows up with a huge German. But that's what I'm talking about, the arrogance of the number one contender. 1, 2, 3, and we are now tied 1-4 apiece, and Mason Brooks is unloading now. Now he's not playing. Now he's not letting nobody and anything breathe. He is going to eviscerate Austin Zero right here, right now, in front of all of us. As he picks up the world champ and he shoots him off, shooting off the number one contender. Japanese arm drag, and you can see the lower back area of Austin Zero is definitely starting to catch up to him, folks. He's gone through so much, so many bumps, whether it be dishing out the offense or taking the offense. This match is going to take years off the careers of these men. Here we go. Oh, LSD! The LSD! 1, 2, 3, and a kick out at 2.5. But Mason Brooks has just landed the lunging Sigma drop, and that was an absolute direct shot to our general manager for what he did to Mason Brooks and Rogue Elite by banning them from ringside. So the world champion is letting it be known that I don't give a damn about who or what you ban, because I'm going to do my damage no matter what. And Mason Brooks is unloading with a shovel. He is literally trying to bury this man, breaking his bones. That is an actual steel shovel, ladies and gentlemen. And Mason Brooks is just on a different level. This is something I've never seen before. This is almost a 6th gear, and Austin Zero has to weather the storm right now, or it's the end of the road for Austin Zero. And he has him up, shoots him, gets him back right into the ring. You have to get on top of him. Oh, Royal Flush! Royal Flush from the number one contender, but he's not covering him. He's back again, taunting the world champion, and is he going to regret not doing it? Another 0 hour. Cover him. What? Oh, and a kick out at 0. The world champion's up, and he's gonna kill Austin Zero. I have never seen something like that. The fact that he just taunted him while he was down woke up the beast inside of the world champion. But the world champion is still a mortal man, and how much more can he take? We have never seen anyone beat Mason Brooks like that. He just flatjacked him onto that same exact shovel, ladies and gentlemen, and he's getting him up, and I think this is going to be the last 0 hour. He's going for it. 0 hour! Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new champion. Cover him! Cover him! Zero, cover him! He's going for it again. 0. Oh, Royal Flush! Got it! Going for the cover. 1, 2, 3! No! 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 Mason Brooks has done it again. Austin Zero took his eye off the prize so many damn times. We should have a new world champion. But this scumbag did it again. Mason Brooks retains the World Heavyweight Championship. Charlie Sigma fails in his plot to take down Rogue Elite. Now, folks, things have gotten real interesting. I think Rogue Elite is fine, and I can't wait to see next week on Mayhem. Good night, everybody.